Hi Aries, here's a general look at your solar chart for August 2011. Now in August there is a lighter, younger vibration around till the 23rd. Maybe you're having more involvement with young people, children, animals, or have more access to entertaining activities or romance. Yes, there could be something going on in the romance department for some of you. If it's not that, then you're just going to have more opportunity to do the sort of thing that makes you feel empowered, something you enjoy. And so it might be work, but you enjoy it. You like doing it, and you can shine. And it's likely that you're going to be at the center of attention for some of the time. Also, you could be really busy in and around the home base with DIY maybe, or property matters. You could be really busy inside, outside, or it could be the base of operations wherever you are. It doesn't have to be technically your home, but lots to do there, and it looks like you're going to have to be physically active there as well, maybe because of, get things more how you want them to be, but also it can be because of family, extended family, community, neighborhood, and you being very busy there. But the thing about Mars here from the 4th, and Mars is your ruling planet, is it can make you feel a little bit touchy. It can make you more kind of defensive or protective. Now, that can be of anything, of yourself, but also it can be you being protective on behalf of a family member or somebody in the neighborhood, or it can mean that you are just, your button can get pushed more easily by somebody as well. So, so just be aware of that. And also it can make you think about the past more. It can make you think about roots, history, your history, or just history, or tradition, more, parents maybe, or just going much, much further back, the ancestors, and becoming maybe physically involved with something to do with that as well. Mercury is going retrograde from the 3rd until the 26th, so that means that, yes, the mental focus for you is going to be on the practical aspects of life, keeping, up to speed with the chores, etc., but also keeping a steady weather eye on health issues. Could be yours, could be somebody else's, or dealing with the more kind of routine mechanical aspects and details of daily life. You may have to get to grips with maintenance, repairs, basic stuff, and, that's the stitch in time saves 9. Some of this, however, because Mercury will be going backwards, will seem repetitive, routine. You'll have to be a bit more thorough, dot the I's, cross the T's. Bit of a waiting game as well. Don't quite know how it's all going to pan out, how it's all going to pan out, come together. Just keep beavering away at it. That sort of feeling there. Schedules or the to-do list may need to be worked in a different kind of way, as maybe delays, postponements, unforeseen problems can crop up and just get in the way. So watch your energy, your physical energy, and definitely don't bite off more than you can chew. But as I say, you're likely to have access to the sort of environment where you can chill out, feel empowered, have a little bit of entertainment, playfulness, and then when Mercury goes direct on the 23rd, things should start from there to tick along more smoothly in the area of work or health. Now, every month I mentioned the slower moving outer planets. They don't move a lot every month, but sometimes they make significant connections with your sun, or they move out of one area into another. So I'll just run over those again now. Jupiter has moved out of your sign and it's gone into the next sign, Taurus, and that is a very good omen for you to make improvements on very materialistic levels of your life. That's to say, your stuff, But that's your stuff out there, the clutter that we all kind of drag around with us in this world, but also your body. It can be to do with cash, can be to do with property, it can be to do with your physical condition, and that's going to be over the next nearly 12 months now. So this can be a very beneficial influence for you if you're willing to seize opportunities as they arise. But in order for you to do that, you've got to see the potential. Because this is a very opportunistic energy. It's the energy of expansion and abundance, Jupiter here. But you've got to, have the imagination, the creative imagination, maybe to see how you can capitalize on something. A bit like, the merry-go-round of life, and then we suddenly see that golden ring and we just reach for it and grab it. So for you, that can be something coming at you like a lucky break out of a clear blue sky and landing in your lap. It can be more than one thing all at once, and you're kind of spoilt for choice. You don't quite know, which way to go with this. So some separating wheat from the chaff, some editing, some pruning is probably, a good idea to keep in your mind with Jupiter there. But actually keeping the parts that you want to, and then developing along that line. You have to be a little bit self-limiting, really, sometimes with Jupiter there. But yes, Jupiter can help you to be seen by others for your potential as well. Maybe something you hadn't really taken seriously about yourself, but even if it's not another, you yourself, I said it was about your stuff. Well, some of your stuff are your inborn talents, and everybody has them. So realizing those and seeing how you can turn those into cash and make those more lucrative. So maybe it's something you own, something you like to get your hands on, or something that you have, within you that could do with more development and become, lucrative for you. So overall, this is a cycle for you to be reaching for better things for yourself materially, but not just for yourself, for your nearest and dearest as well. And sometimes a lucky break, just, that lucky chance could put a little bit more on your plate than you were bargaining for. Now, also, you've got Uranus in your sign, so that means it would be a good idea for you to be more open to kind of new age stuff or alternative stuff, complementary stuff, just check out that area more now too. As you may know, Saturn's in your opposite sign, and this means that you're in a more serious cycle with others in one-to-one. The dynamics between you and others in one-to-one relationships and old approaches and old scenarios are going to start kind of maybe hitting a rough patch, you see. And that's going to be in there still until later in 2012. So quite a way to go with this one. So really it's you finding that boundary line between your needs and requirements and their needs and requirements. But if you've been used to dominating situations and maybe even unwittingly going too fast or being too impatient or even riding roughshod over others, then this is going to make you pause, because certain others are going to have problems or difficulties which have a knock-on effect onto you, and you just got to bear on your shoulders somehow. You'll feel more pressure at times, and there can even be conflicts with others. But you see, their problems might not be their fault, or it's just, a growth process maybe that they're going through, or whatever it is. Maybe it's to do with illness as well, or circumstances beyond their control. But anyway, it's the fine line, of balance. Really, this is about you learning how to walk in somebody else's shoes, and understanding absolutely what the world looks like through their eyes, and then drawing that line, which is kind of fair enough, you see. But some relationships, will bite the dust over this time. A good way to use this one is actually to go inwards and find more, where your center is, how you can align with your center, because actually when we get to that place, we're in unity, and then when we look outwards, we don't see so much negativity. Everything's okay. But that is, that's a very nice place to be. And this might just be the trigger, the pressure that makes you reach for that, because you're looking around you and there's nowhere else you can sort of go with that. Also, another way it can work is that Saturn here can make you more aware of a certain lack in long-term commitments and relationships, whether they're to do with business or whether they're to do with your personal life. It can make you feel like you want something else or something more or something different. So that can be, again, you looking within and saying, okay, if I want somebody more my style, what is my style? Now at this stage in my life's journey, and really asking yourself some questions there. So taking responsibility. So that's another way it can work. And also, those of you doing energy work, or those of you working in kind of one-to-one scenarios with others, again, not getting emotionally entangled, that's would be a good way to work with the Saturn energy, actually, for anybody. So getting into that as much as you can, into that place where you're in your center, you're aligned with your higher self. And because, for us all, we're kind of on a launch pad at the moment, and for what's happening with the planet, and this is a time to sort of forgive and forget, but it's not easy. However, there's unseen hands in the background helping us, I'm sure of that. Now, Uranus is in your sign, as I mentioned. This is a very experimental energy. It's the energy of change. It's likely to bring lots of change, which can be good, it can be disruptive. But again, if it's near your sun, or another important point which I can't know, then keeping a supple, kind of flexible outlook and approach, and taking on board something that you wouldn't have thought of before, is kind of the way to go with this one, Uranus. You may be feeling, though, what's going to happen next. It's almost as though this is being thrown at you, and then you're just drawing breath, and the next thing is being thrown at you, because this is you being shaken up. This is your life being sort of upset, the apple cart being upset, in order to get you to be freer, ultimately, because you've adapted your way through and you've grown. And that is, it's no more than a strong storm energy like we get in nature, which rips branches off trees sometimes. Leaves fall, and it's all a natural process. So try to understand that this larger thing is at work, and particularly if it's near your sun, and have a kind of a flexible approach, an experimental approach, and even an alternative, unconventional approach to things. Maybe raising others' eyebrows because they're not used to seeing you thinking like that, speaking about those things, knowing about those weird things or unusual things. But that's just the way it can be with Uranus going through your sign, Aries, and it will be doing that for several years. And at the moment, you Arians born in the first 5 days, or with the first 5 degrees of Aries rising, will feel this vibration the most. Neptune has gone back into Aquarius for a while, until around about next February. So that means that you can be pulling together with others for a common aim, or in an altruistic kind of a way, in a healing kind of a way, helping kind of a way with others, maybe using your intuition, your healing ability, your working with subtler energies, or with your artistic, imaginative ability, and definitely following your intuitive guidance being a component there. And you Arians born in both the first day, or with the first degree of Aries rising, or in the last couple of days, and the last couple of degrees of Aries rising, going to feel this energy mostly this month. And also Pluto is demanding that you're really coming from your gut, from your emotion, from your back. Now, it's not about head stuff with Pluto. and it can be quite emotional at times. It is about letting go of the old stuff and evolving. So you're getting a lot of evolutionary, transformative energy thrown at your sign from the universe at the moment through Pluto and Uranus, and really shaking loose of outlived aspects, not only of your life externally, people, places, jobs, but internally. Your old approach in some areas just won't cut it anymore. And so that's all going on there, and getting more with the real you in how you are every day, your lifestyle choices. Lots of change coming at you, Aries. And you Arians born 23rd to the 30th of March with 2 to 6 degrees of Aries rising, going to feel this energy most acutely this month. And from the 23rd, well, you're going to be rolling up your sleeves and really getting your act together. And maybe still feeling a little more sensitive at times, maybe a bit nostalgic too, harking back to the past, etc. And that's it for August. If you know your rising sign, listen to that too, because it'll add to or subtract from what I've said here. And I will see you the next time.